To service now, the glory of the new Edo nation will forever be our pride. Beautiful.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the location of the corner with us. My name is Apostle Alfred Ojoyin, the street commissioner. They say, no, maybe we turn out to street governor. No, we get one street governor, did that side, but street commissioner. Yet, by God's grace, we appreciate God for what He did do for our life. You know why? Because now, only when they put road for where or not they, only when they talk word when they reach. We can't carry waka, come meet one of our big oga for this state. When the be say na be the SA media project to the Edo State government, tell us a lot of things wey dey happen for the state. Make it tell una, because if una don't know, negative propaganda will begin to fly, negative news. So we don't want those negative news again. That's the reason why we dey carry waka come out to dey make sure say they give us the right information so that our people will get the right information. So we thank our governor, AC Monisa. That is my father. God will bless you, Governor GODWIN of OBASEKI. No, I can say to my people on a good morning. Yes, I did here this morning with Pastor Cruzo Osagi. Now be the SA Media Project to Governor GODWIN of OBASEKI. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother Apostle. Thank you so much for your good work.
How are you, sir?
We are here, thank God.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Your face come fine. My people, that's your face come fine. So, sir, we don't want 2 weeks' time. This report where they go on right now for this SIT for Ambrose Alli University, Ekpoma. We say a few days ago, they can't submit some reports to the state government. Say, see what they see for the school, and it no good for here. So waiting the government they try to do about this nonsense, I call it nonsense, where they happen for state-owned institution. And I also discover say don't turn to tribal school, but me we're supposed to be a state school. So I have to make you throw light on this matter so that make people hear from you.
Yes, you know, Ambrose Alli University now world-class institution, don't produce great people, you know, for this country. Some of the greatest men in business, in ministry, in public service, many people now that school then go. Even me, when you down here they talk, now that school I go.
Wow.
You know, Tony Lumelu, chairman of Health Holdings, former MD of Nine Start United Bank for Africa.
Wow.
Standard Trust Bank on acquire UBA. You know, now from that school, go read economics. Pastor Chris, probably the biggest minister in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And that school now go. And several other people when go, well, several other great people when go that institution. So not be some institution when this government want you to take play at all. You know, so that make governor come say, you know what, a lot of complaint not too much when they come from that school. Now governor said first and foremost they amend the law for the law that set up Ambrose Alli University and introduced the special intervention team as a legal body sent in there by the visitor to monitor, to check, to find out what thing they go on for the institution. You know, so now that report, now those people come give to governor the other day.
Wow. Now the report, now they come give governor the other day. And part of that report, they say they also allege, say over 2 billion naira sexual harassment and other things when they go on from the school. Now, from your own end, sir, be at least you don't finish from that school. Some of those things, I be for year. Well, it's good for year.
Unless you don't go to that school, now you go talk, say some sense or some truth not there within the talk. You know, many of the things when they talk, me I sense and say truth there. Because by the time I did that university, sexual harassment there, where? Many of my classmates when the girls they complain. This lecturer they asked me out, or this lecturer they forced me, say I must come see him more. Say, you know, we used to see a lot of that in those days. So and I hear say it don't even increase more now. You know, so I can say that it's not a lie, because I, as a student who went to that institution, I met a student or two, if not more, who were girls who always used to complain that a certain lecturer is after them, and it will look like the world has ended for them, because it's very traumatizing.
Yeah.
They know if they will say the lecturer say they not go graduate. You know, those terrible things. You know, these children will now be as if they not get hope. You know, they run from pillar to post. Sometimes they'll go meet another lecturer and make that other lecturer go help them beg the one when they say one force them, sleep with them. That one will come say, no, I not figure. You know, a child should not be subjected to that kind of treatment. Pikin wey come go school, you would harass am, you know. So those things were happening in those days. And I imagine that maybe it has even increased. So from what the SIT people talk, perhaps that's what happened. What about certificates? You finish the school, you say you want to collect a certificate. Me, when it's down here, so I don't already day government as special advisor before I collect my certificate.
That school we don't get almost 20 years ago?
Yeah, within 20 years.
Holy Ghost.
I left the school in 1998. You don't know how many years between 98 and now. You know? My certificate now, when I don't be special advisor,
now if you
now
collect
I see my certificate. Story upon story. They post you. Somebody who is a lecturer there who was my classmate on day for the school.
Yeah.
I first give him money, may he help me process the certificate. Now so he do. Certificate I not see, money I not see. He saying pay for receipt. Now only God know. Now when I don't do this office, I had to use the power of government. Call the vice chancellor at that time. I said, look, I went to that institution, I need my certificate. Before they come, they make it, before they come, bring the certificate out. So, if to say I'm not the special advisor to governor. So, why would somebody go to a school, you graduate, finish, you go to battle to get your certificate? It makes sense.
It don't make sense.
Some people, they ask you for money, or the same thing with transcripts. Somebody will go institution, finish, now you want to go further in education, maybe they go school for abroad or something, they say, bring transcript. Then, you go, they run from pillar to post, they pay people, they beg people. How can you be begging for a transcript? There should be a statutory procedure
that you follow.
Pay this, do that, submit, take 6 months or 3 weeks to be stated, clear. People will follow, they'll collect their transcript, but not be so. There will be log jams everywhere, so you have to be scaling hurdles, paying monies. A very renowned young lawyer for this Benin, he called me some time ago to intervene. In wife want to collect her transcript, I think, or certificate, I can't remember. This was just a month and a half ago.
Wow.
Say they sent monies to an individual to help them to process the guy was threatening lawsuit, he was angry, you know. I don't even know now, I never reached out because I traveled for a while. I never even reached out and make her find out whether the wife still got the certificate. So such things had to change, you know. It had to change. You can't just continue like that. Then also the ethnicization of the university.
Yeah.
Yes, we saw glimpses of that too when we were in the institution. We saw glimpses of that. That's not to say that because the university is situated in the central part of Edo State. Yeah. Yes, naturally, more of the people indigenous in those areas will benefit. But that is not to say that you now just ethnicize the institution as if to say it belongs to one ethnic group. You will even short-circuit the future of the institution if you do that. Institutions are supposed to be opened up so that human capital can flow in, brains can flow in, intelligent people can flow in, funds can flow in, so that the university will be alive and sustainable. That doesn't mean that you don't pay attention to the catchment when producing university, but you cannot just ethnicize it. So all of these things are the things that they reported back to the governor, and steps are now being taken to ensure that these things change.
Those things. Wow. If we continue with this matter, even when they talk, let's say I want you to cry, you try to control my emotion. Now, all those things, they lead to the lack of development for our community today. Why? Because some people say, therefore I decide what happened. It doesn't really make sense. So, sir, you do well for that explanation where you give to our Edo people. A few days ago, I've been last month, we hear say that our state governor dissolve cabinet, say everybody una try, una do well, we are making una go house. I thank una take make my administration take day good. Time do they go. We don't know whether plan day for our governor to take appoint another commissioner again, so that may they quickly pilot the affair of the government, because the black some area now though they lacking. So I don't know which plan they.
Yeah, well, the constitution of cabinet or anything associated with the it's entirely the exclusive preserve of the governor and the political system.
Okay.
So say you hear that day when the governor they announced the dissolution of cabinet, they talk say the politics is changing, and so things the system has to be restructured. And say all these appointees, political appointees, they come from the political system. Okay. So people for a go decide say we want this person to be our commissioner representing us in the ESCO. People from Onwa will say, we want this person. You get my point?
Yes, sir.
So he's now said, because of the changing political system, let the political system now go and talk among themselves again and come back to him.
To see who they want.
See who we want, you know,
Okay.
so that there will be political stability, so that development will go as it should, so that everybody will be happy. So now that process them day now. I'm sure now the political people now, they talk among themselves, they hold their meetings. I'm sure by the time they don't finish their meetings, don't select the people when they want, make governor book for ESCO, send them to governor. Governor said go do your own verification, say okay, these people are really credible people before the appointments will be done. So it's entirely resting with the political system to forward these names to the governor.
Wow. So my people, so it did the hand of what we call a politician. So it did their hand for them to bring the better person when it will represent the interest of the people. Not be stomach, but person will represent the interest of the people. So now what we really want with this, and we thank God say Edo is actually becoming great again. So sir, this year, our governor said this year now Operation Clean and Green. Now May with this, so why enter June? How far?
Yeah, that clean and green, it has started. You know, say, for such a very elaborate project,
Yeah.
you have to break it down into phases.
Okay.
First phase now, the main problems when just they look you for face, all those places where heaps of refuse been there and so on and so forth. If you look around, the government embarked on clearing of some of those major refuse points where we say problem just there. Yeah. Then another phase now, the preparation of dump sites and so on and so forth. And then so that first phase will be done before they now go into the details of how they want to clean and green the system. So the process has started. It's starting with those emergency things that we need to do. Because if you say you want to just wait, maybe begin plant all the trees, then you know many things will go bad. So first things first, where are the hazard points? Oh, around markets, heaps of refuse there, we have to clear them. Where do we put them when we clear them? Let's go and clear dump sites and make sure space there. So now all those interim work, now they go on now before the full rollout of the clean and green.
Wow. Yes, I actually see the report. If I will see when the waste management enter, go remove one heap, we be like a 3-story building.
That's what is going on now. Those emergency aspect. Okay. It's not like when somebody went on well, come hospital. Yeah. If they bleed, if they bleed profusely. Now that bleeding, you first quick stop.
Yeah, stop first.
You stop the hemorrhaging so that the person not go die before you even treat waiting with the real problem. So that's what we're doing now. We're dealing with those emergencies. And then after those emergencies are cleared, we'll set the stage before the full rollout of clean and green.
Wow. My people, in case you get any question when you will ask the question, we will respond. And by the grace of God, as we follow the interview, a lot of things they will be saying, we would like make our God put mouth when they be say it is trouble some of us for mind. So this issue of driver will follow one way. And when they go by this morning, we get experience. Because of the hold up when it did, now so one more to just enter one without a blocker. I said, you reverse. So over 20 minutes at the road until the man come reverse. As he reverse because he make I stay there. But I can discover say this lawlessness is becoming a norm. Becoming like a normal thing. Then for urban market, you just show those balls, you just come out from one way, then they follow one way. In fact, 2 Sundays ago, they almost killed one woman for my president. I was like, what thing they happen? So I don't know which plan state government get. I been the one set up committee to stop this harassment and embarrassment when they break home, give the governor.
Well, you see, I will have to talk a bit to our people as I answer this question. Yes. So I want to beg on no verse. When we use deep sense, they think this matter when they talk. So recently I saw a video. Now one ESMA official, they break in head, they bleed. Now one driver when they drive one motor,
yeah,
looked like a Toyota vehicle. It was on social media. They break the head of that ESMA man. Blood, the flow from his face. He sit down for front of the motor. They bleed. They use the clean his face. They bleed, and the drivers were still ranting. All the onlookers were even supporting the drivers that broke the head of the ESMA officials. Saying, why you enter a motor? Why you go enter a motor? And anybody motor not go to enter. You don't see what they find now. You know. So I'm sorry to say, but it looks like we are in a society that that where many people they like lawlessness. You understand my point?
Yeah.
So that external official now was trying to enforce
The law.
a traffic rule. That individual pulled out a rod or something and broke his head. I'm sure that person is still walking free today because the people who were supposed to even be reprimanding him were happy about it.
They will support him.
They say, you know, man, ain't good for him. Why he go stop the motor? Why they enter inside the motor? Now the same thing with the talk. Look, election that day. When we want to do election, you hear social media, different posting different kind of things on social media. OBASEKI a bad person. Why be bad person? They'll say, oh, because they impound my motor for Ring Road. What was your vehicle doing?
It break law.
So unfortunately, our people don't like, to follow rules. I'm sorry to say, but it looks like
the truth.
It looks like majority of our people don't like them. Make we come out now. Make we enter road. Make we say, okay, we want to ensure we apprehend anybody driving one way. Now people go see come out now. Begin to shout, say, they own too much. Why they go seize the motor? But they are killing people. You say for your president, they nearly kill one woman.
Yeah.
I can tell you that recently, about 2 months ago, two people when they work for Edo State College of Nursing were run over by a vehicle driving one way. One of them died on the spot. The second one, I should say she's still in the hospital till today. So, but if we come out now and say want to, want to arrest these people, want to punish them, want to make sure say they know. You go see everybody go begin to revolt. Oh, waiting. And that will be the road and say me you tar. Now this will be. So when you live in a society where a larger population of the, or a large population, let me not say larger, a large population of the people believe in lawlessness is always that difficult. That's why I think that the solution to the problem is education. I think it's because majority of the people are not really properly educated. Are you following me now?
Yes, sir.
They are not really properly educated. Now, I they go England where they travel go England where I realize say now the first thing when those people invest in be that education. They consider education an investment.
Wow.
Why? Because, for example, if you look, they drive our road sometimes, you see motor will just come off for road. They will jam electric pole.
In fact,
or jam this new street light.
Traffic light.
Street light. You go the one that say how motor come off for road go jam
the street light.
Street light. You see, all the time when they go England, I never see police for road one day. They stop people, they check, say, you drink, I be not drink, or you I've never seen that. One day on the road. But the people drive properly. Why so? My investigation conference in education.
Wow.
The education from primary level is usually for like to give orientation
about the society,
about how you're supposed to behave, how you're supposed to, how you're supposed to respect your law enforcement agencies, and so on and so forth. But I think that is severely lacking in many of our adults when we get today. So they can't even relate to it. When you stay, for example, now we say land grabbing.
Yeah.
People go build a house for land when not belong to them. If you go there, say me you drive them. People go there vex, so
that problem.
Don't say, why you can concern you? Because not be you affect at that moment, you think say not be problem, but a big problem. People go no say this land are government land, they'll actually go there by themselves, they'll go take the land.
Enter.
They'll say, boy, when they now finally come, say, no, you can't do this like this, you can't put this, they'll say, OBASEKI want the morning shower. That is the problem we have in our state. It's a huge challenge. We have a lot of law-abiding Edo people, but we also have a very large number of lawless people. And when you want to carry out enforcement, these people raise their arms in the air, they go to the media and start complaining. They are too much, they're too wicked. The man is heartless, the man is wicked. Just because you cannot follow the rules. How can you leave your lane and go to opposite lane and be driving against traffic? It doesn't happen anywhere in the world. It doesn't. How can death and destruction be staying on its own? You just go and call it by yourself. So all these things have to stop. Our people need to begin change the way that they behave. Okay. And then the onlookers as well should begin to point it out. This is not good. If government now they can't enforce, may onlookers they support government, put say, government need to really do them. Not be say when government now comes, say, see them, they don't come. Who call you now? It concern you. So our society needs to change.
Now, strong word. Now, Oga talk about right now. Education. So, which means any community where not value education, na anarchy that we would experience. Now, that same thing we dey experience for Edo now. Now, since you don't talk about this education, which modality the state government don't put for grant to take the educate the people?
Yeah, well, the painful reality be say some people just dey when we don't already lose those ones. They don't go. They don't go primary school finish. They don't go secondary school during the dysfunctional era.
Yes.
They don't learn anything. They'll go to school. They don't teach them. They don't learn anything. Then go. They'll give them certificate when they don't even pass. You know. So they don't. Our society. Or they speak English. Or they do like say then go school. They don't really. They don't learn the school. The thing when school they give person don't enter them body. You get my point?
Yes.
So that's why you see all kinds of lawlessness. People will drink or go finish enter steady. And it's more picking when you go school, when you learn book for school. Go no say when you drink, you don't drive. You get my point?
Yes.
So that they don't get the education. You get? So they'll go enter steering. Now that's how so I will say that when they drink safe, now that they drive past. That is not to say that some lawless people don't deal.
Yes.
But some people do say now ignorance will be their problem. They don't really know. So just to say that a certain portion of the population don't already go. We just manage those ones they go as we fit. But the ones when they come from bottom now we don't come deal with. Since when this government come into power, it start that Edo basic education sector transformation, Edo Best. Now they don't move on to Edo Best 2.0. So what thing that they do, they tackle learning poverty, they tackle picking they go school. As a reach school, you go to true learn. Not be saying you go build a building join.
Yeah.
With a building to with a pool roof, with a pool door. But okay, you don't build and finish. You don't go house. Children go that school. If they reach school, they go sit down. If they sit down, the teacher will want teach them go come. If the teacher come, he go teach them better thing. They go learn. So all these things have to be taken into consideration. So it's not just enough to have a location where they call school. Will the children go there? It's a question. Wow. Once the children go there, will the teacher be a present? It's another question. All these ones now they point to learning. Because if children not go school, they don't feel learn. If the children go school and teacher not there, they don't feel learn. If the teacher there and the teacher not get better curriculum to teach them, they don't learn what they're supposed to learn.
On that problem.
So that's why this government invested in basic education transformation. When we say all our teachers now they use tab. That tab, once they reach their school location, it go link with the server when they in school, go link with government house. So we know say the teacher
you did there.
It go take attendance with the tab. So we know say the children did there. Then go now open the lecture for the day. We go know say he teach them. And the state has a system for curriculum development and then preload the tab. So we know what they teach them. So that way you are certain that the children are learning. I dare say, in the next 15 years, the children when one pass through the system, you will see a marked difference between them and the parents when born them.
Wow.
We don't already see and say. Some children they ask their mama, mommy, are you supposed to urinate there? Go and find out. Go ask. Some children they ask their parents, Daddy, why are you shouting on the policeman like that? Is that not the policeman? Because they teach them for school, they don't learn.
Wow. Because they don't teach them for school. My people, believe God is with me as this matter they go on. You know that the matter they go on, a lot of things they come in. We'll be say we want to make Oga throw man food. Oga sir, make you no vessel talk how much they be. But I feel it's time though for government to set up task force on protection of government property. These are the areas we really need these people. Why? Because I discovered say a lot of things where government does spend money, taxpayer money put for grant. Some people from somewhere they go destroy. Some road where government don't even tie. For BDPA, I still get the video clip, I get the picture. Our government tied the road, never read 3 weeks. Somebody carry sand, he put for the road because he want build for his house. As me and you sit down, so that sand is still the road where governor tie for BDPA. Then for Sabasi Broderick, the road will enter the law college. One man, he do fence, go reach road where governor do, he come put nail on top. To me, I believe say time don't reach for the government to set up protection of government property, because so many drainage where government don't do, it don't cover up. Why? Because our people now, they carry dirty, they put. Once rain they fall, the dirty go carry the rain go carry the dirty, go block drainage. This one of my own thinking. How you see this matter?
Yes, well, you know, it still boils down to what we talk since. Education and proper civic enlightenment. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, task force here, task force there, task force for protection of government property, task force to stop land grabbing, task force. They are all signs of a failing system.
Wow.
Are you following me now?
Yes.
They are signs of a failing system. So the question is, why would somebody pack dirt from his house and put inside the gutter? The question is, why would somebody carry sand, put for center of road when government start? Why some they even dig the road safe?
Yeah.
Because they don't understand. They are not properly schooled. They are not educated. They don't understand civic responsibility. So now the real problem is that. So it's a problem that requires a long period to solve. Now
Wow.
the education and
the key.
However, in the interim, we can begin to look at things like committees. But I think those committees are too many already. You know. So, and I even believe that the communities where these projects they have more responsibility to these things than they actually exhibit.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that this governor at best is going to be governor for 8 years. He's done 6.5 now.
Yeah.
By November this year, now it will be 7 years when he don't do. We'll come to count down to the end of the administration. After I finish, now my oga, I know say he will go do other things about in life. We just continue. But that road when you tap for my papa street or for your papa street, you don't go carry and follow body, go travel, go anywhere they go, or go in house where they go. So is it not? Does that not behove on us, therefore, as communities, that these projects belong to us? Not be OBASEKI get the project. Now we get the project. So are we now not supposed to, in that community level, begin to talk among ourselves that, oh, we need to protect this street light too. If OBASEKI don't come on, they carry the street light, follow body, go GRA where they stay or anywhere else where you won't go. So let's set up our. So what I'm saying is that the protection of these properties should actually be handled at that community level. Once the community can own the project and say, at this road they don't turn, now our road be this. As long as this road remains starred, my motor not going to spoil anyhow. So therefore, I don't agree with anybody spoil it. So once somebody want to dig the road,
they'll say, die video.
No. So I'm using the opportunity to call on all our indigenous and citizens who live in different communities to take responsibility for the things when government don't already put for their communities and begin to look after them. And not to think that these things belong to a sitting governor who will soon finish his tenure and leave. It belongs to you. For Lagos State during NSAS, they drone go inside the BRT, go burn all the buses. Who they enter BRT bus? Now governor.
Not be governor.
Who not be Odumadu body with that?
That they call it sufferer.
So now the same thing with the talk. Your road, the street light when they your street, the water, when the drainage, when make water in the entire house. Don't open your eyes and see people filling the drainage with refuse. Don't open your eyes and see somebody knocking down a street light on your street. If the light die, who did darkness?
Not the community.
Not the community. So that's how I think we can handle it.
My people, so many talk, but as we wrap up this interview this morning, by God's grace, we'll create time, we will come back again, because there are so many things we really need to talk about, because I know say the system don't fail. That's the reason why the government, they try a best to take lay new foundation. When it be anybody, when it come, no get choice than to work with that plan. That's why government come with the initiative of a 30 years plan. This 30 years master plan had to reposition Edo. I feel tell you today, now let Edo State get master plan to make sure say whoever come, you don't get choice than to follow that rules wey be say government don't put for ground. I tell somebody this morning, I say, come, the foundation wey government don't lay for Edo, now the next governor go enjoy am. That's the truth. Now the next governor go enjoy am. So finally, sir, the issue of a Kewa road. K1 Road, yeah, I know some of us get knowledge, we just move around, we see how things they go. How far for the project?
K1 Road is active and ongoing. It's a very long road, and it's a road that is very strategic.
How many kilometers?
I can't recall off the top of my head, but it's a lot. I'll find out. It's going all the way to Gele.
Wow.
You know, to in order to be able to serve the incoming ports when we don't get 3 reserve bidders now for the port.
Wow.
We'll soon start to the build, and we'll select 1 out of the 3 bidders, maybe begin the build the port. Nigerian Ports Authority, Federal Ministry of Transport, everybody's on board with us on that project. So the K1 project is to also help to evacuate goods and other things from the port. We started from all the way from Oba Market Road side.
Yes.
We don't pass Ugbiyoko now, don't go inside. That make it vex us sometimes when some people go, they stand for the road when they under construction. You go stand for the part when construction is for inside. You go to shout, hey, waiting this community do. You know, all those cheap blackmail, all those lazy politics, all those fetish harassment. It's not right. And we're calling on people to support the government to do the things when they do for the people, and for the people to own the things when government don't already do for them, so that the things not go spoil.
For the people to own the things when government don't put for grant. My people, una do well. Color code. Government does say by June 1st of June, they go start to the plant vehicle. We be say no agree comply. But we know say this color code issue. Now the driver themselves beg government say last year December, may they give them till last year. So government comes to use their own wisdoms, okay? Make we extend them. And government does say come. If we are not pension a motor, we go impand them. So sir, what will be the plan? Because at the years so some people say no, they go protect, we no go agree, we no go agree. I feel say time don't reach for the state government to just take the bull by the horn once and for all.
Yeah, well, color code important, especially for a place like Nigeria, because you want to be sure who the real taxi driver is.
Yes.
You want to be sure that this person who is standing there trying to pick up somebody is actually a taxi driver. And so that code is essential for security of both the person with the passenger and the driver as well.
Yeah.
So all of that is important, and we encourage all our people to comply. People always get dissenting voices because maybe they don't want any control, they don't want people to regulate them. But everybody needs to understand that this is in the best interest of everybody, and then they should begin. And then anytime a policy is being introduced, there must be dissenting voices.
That's true.
People will say, I don't like how. I would just like to drive my motor like that. But it's now for us to go the extra mile to try to explain to them, help them see the importance and the relevance to ensure that vehicles are coded so that it will reduce crime, it will make things more transparent.
Wow. So that will reduce crime and to make things transparent. My people, una do well. Edo is actually becoming great again. Whether you believe it or not, Edo is still becoming great again. Make we play our part. Make we take ownership of the lot of things we government don't do. And when I read Palm House, I'm very happy for the massive progress of what they go on there. So now here we will wrap up this interview. And they called Palm House Secretariat Benin Dubai. And everybody say, that's my Dubai. But a lot of people will know why they call them Dubai. Because of the kind of work we government put for that place. And I see say, which is the Palm House now, the kind of work day and night. What's the plan?
Yeah, I mean, again, we have had, we have had an excellent governor in the past 7 years. The man, they work. The man serious. The man get plan. The man get brain. The man sabi summon resources to use to transform the lives of the people. Make we support him. Look at our secretariat complex. The man say, look, it's essential for all government functionaries to operate out of the same location. So that if somebody, for example, wants to set up business and they need to do registration for Ministry of Transport, they need to do registration for Ministry of Finance, come up from Sapler Road to Aduawa, go, everything did is interagency meeting or interministerial meeting, the office sit down for inside their hall, they hold them, and most of all, the workplace is excellent, is sound, is decent. Elevators to 14-story buildings, you have air conditioning, you have 24 hours power supply, you have internet services, you have laptops for every employee, we have the best place to work in Nigeria, in Edo State.
Wow.
And that secretariat complex, that be the best place to work for Nigeria right now.
Wow. That is the Benin Dubai. Final word. Encourage our people, the things we want them to do.
Our people, we want to make people they more inquisitive, make people they more, make people they query something. Somebody just come talk say Obaseki not good. Ask them why waiting happen, why you talk so. If you feel they ask question like you can see at the end of this people not really get point. Some go say I first be task force for this thing, I not come be again, or I first be special assistant, I not be again.
Put me again.
That one not reach to talk to Obaseki in a bad person now. He do road. He attract businesses, big businesses to the state.
To refinery.
He pay salaries, he pay pensions, he increase salaries. You get my point?
Yeah.
Has there been an improvement in security?
Yes.
Is there power? Is there improvement in electricity supply and power? Is there, these are the questions we should ask ourselves. And I dare say, if we ask ourselves this question and we answer honestly, you will know that Obaseki is only in the league of the likes of Dr. Samuel Ogbemudia and the likes of Professor Ambrose Alli. Now that league, now this governor did because of the way we intake perform.
Wow. Now that league, like the governor did because of the way it perform. I hold that word and I hold up. So my people, una do well. I beg me to continue to support Governor GODWIN Obaseki-led administration. And let me talk and say community where peace not there, if you explain development. You know why? If crisis there community, you say government will try to solve that crisis. Meanwhile, that time when they try to talk about crisis, they're supposed to bring development to that area. So I beg, make we use one hand. Once this hand wash this hand go clean. Make all of us join together to make Edo great again. My people, una do well. My name is Apostle Alfred Odio the Street Commissioner.
Yeah, my people, thank you now for listening, for attention. Until I come your way again, have a great day.
Thank you guys. Bye.